Hi, I'm Shelley Wood, and this is my tiny sewing room where I make doll clothes sewing videos. Today, I'm going to show you how to make a simple raglan sleeved t-shirt, which is designed to fit 11-inch fashion dolls, like Mattel's Barbie dolls, and also Pedigree Sindy dolls, and a number of other dolls in this size range. I happen to be cutting my doll's t-shirt from a child's shirt which I purchased at my local Goodwill charity shop store. This child's shirt has a cute sloth printed on it, but I'm only using the solid purple fabric for today. Now, before we begin our t-shirt project, please go to my website, shelleywood.com, to download and print this free PDF sewing pattern. Cut out these 6 pieces using my pattern. Please note, I cut my sleeves along the pre-hemmed edges of the child's t-shirt. Now when you cut yours out, consider doing that too. Lay one of the sleeves on top of the bodice front, keeping right sides together if you're using fabric where it matters. Stitch to join the raglan sleeve to the shirt's front. Fold the sleeve back like this. Lay one bodice back against the attached sleeve, keeping right sides together. Sew along the angled cut of the shirt's back. I'm using a backstitch for this, but you could use a sewing machine. If you want to learn how to do the backstitch, I do have a tutorial for that. Just look in the description below this YouTube video for a list of my tutorials. Fold the attached back, making the sleeve visible. Okay, now your shirt should look like this. Attach the other sleeve to the shirt front, following the same directions as before. Fold this sleeve just like we did with the one previously. Now your shirt should look like this. Attach the second back piece just like we did with the one before. And when you fold this back piece over to flatten it out, your doll's shirt will look like this. Now fold one of the sleeves in half, bringing the front and back pieces together, right sides touching. Okay, so here's what I mean. Stitch from the sleeve's hem to the underarm, and then turn at the underarm and stitch down the inseam, or what you might call the side seam, to the bottom of the shirt. Now fold the other sleeve in half just like we did before. And once again, stitch from the sleeve's hem across the underarm and down the side of the shirt. Now your shirt will look like this on one side, and it will look like this on the other side. Invert the t-shirt. Now, I like to use a chopstick when I'm inverting, and you'll see me do that. If you need a chopstick, I usually add a link to inexpensive chopsticks in the description area below. It really helps with tiny, tiny sleeves like that. And there we go. Now it's time to attach a collar. For the next step, keep the collar open. Now, if you're not sure what I mean, watch the next few steps before you start. Yeah, you'll want to see this picture. That lets you know you've reached the end of that section. Open up the back of your t-shirt. Open up the collar, just like you see me doing here. Okay, so that's what I mean by open up the collar. Pin the collar to the neck with it open. Okay, so I'm just pinning one edge of the collar to the neckline of the shirt. It's real important that you do these pinning steps. I know when my children were little and they were learning to sew, they didn't like to have to pin first. They got lazy, but you really need to do that. Now, I've given you too much collar just to be safe in my pattern. So now stitch the collar to the neckline, removing your straight pins as you go along. Note, only attach a half of the collar to the neck. So with only one half of the collar sewn on, clip away the excess collar. Then fold the other half of the collar down just a little bit, and then roll it over the stitches that you just finished making, effectively sealing them in between the collar. Okay, so you fold a little bit, and then you fold one more time, and now you're going to tuck all those stitches inside the collar. This picture marks the point I mentioned earlier where if you were struggling to understand what's coming, that would be the point to stop. Now whip stitch the folded collar to the neckline. Try to keep your earlier stitches hidden under the collar. Just keep rolling that collar as you go along. Once you finish attaching the collar, fold one of the back pieces in one time and then a second time, and you're going to create a nice double fold hem there. Whip stitch to close off this double fold hem. When you get to the bottom of the back piece, continue to double fold hem along the bottom edge of the shirt and do the same with the other back, creating a finished hem from collar to collar. Sew a row of snaps, in the UK they call them poppers, down the back. And now you're ready to try your shirt on a doll. For more free printable PDF sewing patterns for making doll clothes to fit dolls of many shapes and all different sizes, please remember to visit my website, shelleywood.com. If, like me, you happen to have an ugly childhood fairy who tends to inspire your arts and crafts, then you may benefit from my Life Balance to-do list. It helps you plan not just your arts and crafts, but it helps you organize your family chores while also rewarding yourself from time to time. Now, if that seems tricky, it also comes with an idea generator to help you fill in the blanks with helpful goals. You can fill it out digitally, or you can print it and fill it out by hand. There's a link to this product in the description.